All right. Hey, everybody. I'm going to be doing a speedrun of Super Mario RPG, the remake on the Switch. I'm actually playing on a Switch 2, and this is the Breezy category, so the easier difficulty. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I also use Turbo on my controller. It's just so I don't have to destroy my thumb to play the game. Nothing too earth-shattering there. We're going to go ahead and start a new run here on Breezy, and we'll get going in 3, 2, 1, go. One thing I want to just kind of call out about this run, in the category that I'm running, I'm using a new route that was, I guess, one of the other runners in the community named Kakeshi, posted a new world record for this category with this route, and I really like it. It's way more streamlined and interesting than the route that I was previously using, so I'm excited to show that off. The biggest difference between Kakeshi's route and sort of the historical route for this category is Kakeshi does not get the XP booster, and instead we use a bunch of frog coins to buy other stuff that is genuinely helpful to get through certain fights that can be tricky. It's just a little bit more dynamic, and also just skips a few of the places that we went to get extra frog coins. So works pretty well from that perspective as well. So we're going to start heading into Bowser's Keep here, and we're going to start building up jump on Mario. Mario's jump works just like it did in the original game, where as you have successful jumps, it powers up Mario's jump for the rest of the run. And this is also another difference in Kakeshi's route, is using more of Mario's jumping as opposed to Mallow for a lot of the offense that we use in certain boss fights and things like that. Alright, so we're just going to do one time jump there on the Kink Link, and that ends the fight. One thing that I really like to point out about the Breezy category is even though a lot of the battles are slightly more forgiving for a couple different reasons, the actual platforming part of the run is still exactly the same. Nothing changes on the overworld or the traversal portions of the run or anything like that. So it's still extremely skill testing. In some of the ways that Super Mario RPG is a more skill testing run, an RPG with things like movement and platforming and stuff like that, than a lot of other RPGs that are out there. Excuse me. One other thing too is just there's been a certain subset of people who have been running this category as opposed to the main category, which uses the normal difficulty. And they put a lot of hard work into running and routing this category. And I do think it is definitely worth showing off some of the differences between the Breezy category and the normal category for folks. When it comes to things like battle strategies and things like that. What characters get used and so on and so forth. Heading to the Mario house. Meeting up with our buddy Toad. Want to try to talk to him from the front side because it cuts down on Mario's walking animation to begin the cutscene here. And this is kind of a split up tutorial section, so we're headed off to Bowser's Keep now. This is always the category that I've run for this game, just to kind of build off of what I was talking about a second ago. In part because the category is always not required the 100 super jumps to get the super suit, and actually now it's the super suit is not part of this run. Like, you do not want to get the super suit because it means you have spent way too much time doing super jumps in the Johnny fight. So it's definitely just a difference there. We do still have to do the 30 super jumps to get the attack scarf, so. But it is quite a bit more forgiving. All right, so we're gonna head on over to Mushroom Way now. Come over here and take out these Goombas. This gives me a little bit more on my jump counter. Also starting to build my chain a little bit. This is also to get me a honey syrup. And then I need to come in here. Oh, I forgot that guy comes out of there. That's fine. Bad luck. Or bad on my part there. Right, this is a tricky one. Hopefully I can get away here. Nope. This jump is very difficult to do. You need to land on the edge of the flower petal. Oh boy. And it is very hard to get on the edge of the flower petal. Alright, so Hammer Brothers fight. Just gonna do 3 timed jumps here. So I lost a little bit of time there, unfortunately, but it's gonna be... this is one of those runs where it's just like, it's really hard to have perfect execution. So hopefully there will be some stuff later on where I can make up some time. Alright, so I'm gonna try to get my first frog coin here. I need to jump on Toad's head in order to get it. No problem. There we go. And now we got a cutscene here with the Chancellor, and then we'll go get Mallow. I just realized I left my water upstairs, so I'm gonna have to go grab that during probably the Geno cutscene coming up a little bit later. That one is a bit longer. I was like, this would be a good time for a sip of water. Nope, no water. Don't need to learn how to equip. And we actually do not need to do anything else here other than this cutscene. So as soon as we're done with the cutscenes here in Mushroom Kingdom, we'll be headed right off to Bandit's Way. Poor Mallow. Don't cry, Mallow. Everybody's getting wet. Gotta remember to jump there, otherwise I'm just like holding the turbo down to get through this cutscene here. Mario turns into a Croco. The Toad forgot his bazooka at home, as usual. We also get the map here. The map is a really useful item in this game, in this remake. It's one of the best quality of life features that we get, because it allows for fast travel, basically. So that's really nice, and we'll be taking advantage of that quite a bit throughout the run. But for now, we got to track down Croco here. Oh. Grab those coins. There's a hidden Coca-Cola right here. All right. Ooh, I thought I was going to get into an encounter there with the Spiny. Okay, this is a really important screen. I need to get at least 17 dogs, hopefully, with this star here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17. I think I got enough. I wasn't perfect, but just because I missed that one that was coming out of the zone, but I think I recovered okay. Odds are I will be able to take another encounter later that will make it a lot easier. Or kind of get me back on track totally. So, all right. Here we just got to tag him 3 times. We kind of want him to run to certain spots. That was perfect RNG. Thank you. All right, so the main thing here is I'm going to have to use an extra jump because of the... because I missed the one. I missed Mallow's leveling, excuse me. That is unfortunate. I did freebie that. I'm gonna just go ahead and use another honey syrup here. One more should do it. Okay, there we go. That was a pretty smooth bandit way. I'm gonna make back that time that I lost on Hammer Brothers. These two are pretty easy to manage their level ups. You pretty much always get the special power. All right. Back to Mushroom Kingdom. Now we're going to do a little shop. We're going to sell the wallet, and we're going to buy 3 honey syrup, 1 pick-me-up for safety, and then the jump shoes. And the jump shoes. All right, so now we're going to head off here. I jumped a little late there. That's okay. This is actually kind of a, like, that'll help me with my other thing from a second ago. All right, and we're going to use these, and now it's time to go fight. All right, so Clay Morton, pretty straightforward fight. There used to be able to skip this in the SNES run. There is a little homage to that. I'll see if I can do it here. Yeah, as long as you get here, you actually save a little bit of time on the cutscene by getting behind the Shy Guys there. Doesn't look like it, but the cutscene's a lot longer if you don't do that. All right, and so now I'm just trying to get all my timed hits in here. The only time you stun anyone with this attack the entire game. Nice miss there. All right, very efficient fight. I'm gonna lose a couple seconds to that encounter, but that's not that bad. All right, and we found our first star piece. And we're going to have another cutscene after this fight, or after this wraps up here. It is a little faster to just try to walk out of the throne room as opposed to running up to the Chancellor, so that's what we're going to do here. Because you super speed up the stairs there. Does make us run out of the castle here to turn everything back to normal. And then we can warp to the world map because we have that quality of life feature. And off to the sewers. We're just going to go straight to Belome. We don't have to do anything else down here. All right, and this fight is going to look pretty similar to the one that I just did. Just a lot of jumps and thunderbolts, and hopefully he will not put anybody to sleep. Perfect. Use a honey syrup. So he always scarecrows Mario here. It doesn't matter if it hits or not. And now he always eats Mallow here, which again, doesn't matter. That's the fight. So long, Soakies. Alright, and now we get to do the Midas River course. I'm going to try to get 4 frog coins plus exactly 60 normal coins, which skips exactly 1 dialogue box when you get to the end of the course. Off we go. 1. 2. 4. 5. Should not have gone for that one. 6. Or 6. 7. All right, 8, 9. Now it's the barrel jumping course. So as long as I don't get hit, I should be good here. I'm gonna get these 5, and then all of the ones on the bottom. Do have to watch out for the fish that will come from behind me here, also known as the backfish. Now watch out for the backfish. Maybe 2 of those. Alright, if I did that right, I should get exactly 60. I got 61. Okay. Oh well. That's fine. I'm gonna get exactly 1 extra dialogue box there. That's okay. No biggie. Alright, Tadpole Pond is mostly another cutscene. Waiting to jump there. Yeah, for the Midas River, I'm definitely happy to be 1 over as opposed to 1 short, because then I have to go get a whole backup frog coin, which I do know where those are. Like, they're easy to get, but I'd still rather not. Gotta make sure that I skip the recap here. There we go. And now we find out that Mallow is You know, you got Mallow on the left here. You have a Tadpole on the right. Turns out those are not the same thing. Hard to believe. All right, as soon as this cutscene is over, I'm just going to go ahead and warp to the world map. Make our way to Rosetown here. Oh, I did that wrong again. Well, I'm just going to... I mean, I meant to get that flower. That's what I was doing. You have to go on this one and then go here, wait, and then go over. Okay. At least I got an extra flower out of the deal. I don't technically need extra flowers at this point, but they will come in handy later. Got a couple extra coins on the way, and then... Hi, Bowser. Okay, now we can either run out of that door or we can warp to the world map. And it turns out warping to the world map is like half a second faster, so that's what we're going to do. All right, Rosetown. We just got to gather a few things and then we'll get Geno. We don't do any shopping here either. We don't need the item. We'd rather save our money for something else. Yeah, I am getting some extra flowers here. And then frog coins. And now we're going to actually just warp to Rosetown as opposed to the world map, because that just brings me back to the entrance. And we come in here for the Geno cutscene. And I'm going to go grab my water once the actual cutscene starts. But first we have to play with our dolls. Mario's like, how could you do that to my boy? Now we lie to a child because it's slightly faster. Even though he knows. See, Gaz knows what's up. Gaz is like, I got myself a Geno doll. Okay, I'm gonna go grab my water really quick. All right. That is a good cutscene for a stretch break, so not the worst thing ever, but... He's still going. I'm having an audio issue. Also, hold on. I lost some of my audio from my headset. I think my headset cable just, my headphone cable just came loose. Now it's fine. Okay. Yeah, I think I moved my headphone cable and I think it just got loose, so all right, we're good. Now we're in Forest Maze. Forest Maze is one of my favorite areas of this run. A lot of cool technical stuff going on. Grabbing a couple excellent items here, a couple Coca-Colas, and some more frog coins. And then right before the Bowyer fight, we're also going to get a red essence, which we do still use on the cake fight in this route. Hey, it's Gino. Hopefully the bees will leave us alone, fingers crossed. All right, good deal. No problems there with the bees. All right, so we're going to get the Bowyer fight underway here. This is definitely one of the more technical fights in the run. I'm going to be doing... Some runners do it like kind of just in real time. I'm going to do a pause buffer to try to get the Toad Assist power-up that I'm looking for. And if I do it right, I will power up Mario, and we should be able to just kind of jump our way to victory. The gimmick with this fight is Bowyer, just like in the original, locks you out of certain actions. And as long as I don't do any actual attacking, and I have a very small window where I can use an item, but he'll lock items for the entire fight after that. And then it's just making sure I get my timed hits and blocks, and pretty straightforward. But the power-up is the thing that you need to kind of get your damage boosted with the character that you're choosing to damage with, so that things go smoothly. So we'll see how that all shakes out here. But it's what I'm going to do on my first turn with Gino, and I'm hoping to get a mushroom for Mario. Don't ditch Mallow. Yeah, this ends up being a very long fight because of this, too. Alright, so here we go. So I want to pause buffer on the egg. I keep just missing it. Okay, so I got the Gino item, so that's okay. But Gino is going to be the one powered up now. So that is going to make things a little bit slower. Just because Geno Beam is a little bit slower. And I'm not going to get the extra jumps to power up my jump. I'm going to use a honey syrup here. He should lock X. Yep. Okay. So we're just going to do Geno Beams every turn here. And he'll just keep locking X. Alright, so we're through the unscripted part of the fight. This is scripted. We're going to go ahead and do our triple attack, which is another new gimmick in this game. And also, after this, you can skip this cutscene. For this first one, you do have to watch it. Alright, so now we get another cutscene here, and then we'll be right off to Moleville. I'm all nervous to, like, touch my headphone cable again. I guess that also happened during that split, so that might not have even been anything with the Bowyer fight. That might have been me messing with my headset. That was still a good split. Also, we're not going to actually go back to Rosetown and save them, so good luck, Rosetown. Wishing you all the best. Alright, next big shopping here. So we're going to buy all of the weapons. These are pretty serious weapon upgrades. And then we're going to buy our only armor for the run, which is the work pants. We're going to buy it for everybody in our party, and then we're going to buy a spare for Bowser later. Speaking of Bowser... Alright, we're headed into the mines. Save the kiddos. Thanks, boys. Alright, we're gonna immediately concuss ourselves here. And we'll start chasing Croco around. Make up some jumps for Mario here also. Okay, now I have to kind of do a quick little shimmy here back and forth to reload the room. And then I'm just going to be hanging out waiting for Croco to show up. Here we go. Now we're just hoping for no misses. This is the first fight where the enemy's agility is high enough that you can potentially miss with your basic attacks. Jump will never miss. There's a miss. All right. All right, so that is Croco 2. And up next, we have to do a XP star, and I have to get a bunch of bombs. So hopefully that will go well. Yep, that was perfect. All right, we're good. All right, and straight into the Punchinello fight here. Pretty straightforward fight. Kind of like the Croco fight, we're just going to do jumps with Mario and attacks with everybody else. And hope that he is nice and behaves himself. Please. Oh, that was bad. I lost my chain. Okay, well. Hanging in here. That is not a huge deal. Okay, that's the end of the fight. Little cutscene here. No issues with like XP or anything like that. Nobody misses out on XP if they're dead at the end of the fight. And after this cutscene, we get to do minecarts, which is a lot of fun, and hopefully I won't mess up the shortcut. I haven't done a lot of runs with the new route, which is part of why you're going to see some of the gold splits here. Also, I haven't done a lot of runs on the Switch too, but I have done a few. Saves a couple minutes in load times, I believe. Nothing too wild, but just a couple minutes. You don't really notice it doing the run. All right. Must start every minecart ride with honking of the horn. Very important. All right, very good opening sequence there. Oh, I was hitting the wrong button for some reason. I think that was about what I needed to do. All right, here comes the shortcut. All right, we got the shortcut. Interesting little tech here. Just with the jumps, you can go a little bit faster if you jump with the mushrooms like that. So that was very good minecart. We're home. The hunt for Peach continues. But we kind of find out where Peach is from this cutscene. Is Booster's Tower. Alright, so they're all going to run away, and I'm just going to warp to the world map. Booster pass, pretty straightforward. We're just going to grab a frog coin and a rock candy here, which will be used in a boss fight in a little bit here. And that's it for Booster Pass. Nothing else we do there. Now it is time for Booster Tower, and we're going to get Bowser to join us. We love Bowser. Bowser actually, in this new route, is a lot more involved than in the previous route. Bowser is basically only used in this area and then got demoted pretty much right away. And now he is a major part of our party up through Bowser's Castle, which is really nice. Or Bowser's Keep, I guess. All right. I love Booster's Tower. Booster's Tower to me is where you really kind of see like the platforming muscles getting flexed. So hopefully I will have a good ascension of the tower here. We're all very impressed. You skip another tutorial there, and up we go. We're also going to be grabbing various frog coins and items along the way, too. Ah, jumped a little too late there. Oh, no. Alright. Trying to get myself back on track, and I'm obviously not in a situation that I'm accustomed to, and just accidentally hit the other one. It's fine. You get 2 frog coins from this room. And then a bunch of frog coins from this room. And some zoom shoes. Now this room we can't really do an... Whoop. I have a turbo on the wrong button. There we go. I was like, what is going on with that menu? That's because I had turbo on my jump button on accident, which I do not recommend. It's the controller I'm using has some... You basically toggle the turbo on and off. And I must have accidentally toggled it on for the button that I did not mean to, so... It happens. Alright, we're almost to the top of the tower. Last room here. There's a cool trick you can do in this room. Alright, and we're going to equip Bowser with the work pants and the zoom shoes. We're going to use that flower box. Alright, we're all set now. We are going to fight Booster. We do not need the amulet in this route. So we'll be fighting the Sniffsters and Booster, and then Knife Guy and Great Guy pretty much right away. But that also means I have to fail the curtain minigame, which I'm sure will make people very sad and confused. Mario Panic. Okay. We're going to start with this rock candy. And jump, Bowser. Did not freebie. Darn. I'm not getting a lot of freebies so far. Booster is weak to jump, so we're going to jump. We're also going to leave Mallow in first. I was supposed to bring Mallow back in there, so I'll have to swap him. Alright, Knife Guy, Great Guy. So Terrorize. We're going to use Terrorize in this battle. Hopefully it'll hit both of them. It did, that's good. Alright, and then Knife Guy is weak to fire. And now we're going to use their triple move, which is called Clown Car Barrage. We use this one because this one is actually elemental damage. That's okay. Bowser doesn't need to talk anyway. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. Let's just bring Gino back in. That should have been jump. I just accidentally hit Fireball instead of jump, so we got out of it. All right, now we got Booster Hill coming up. Booster Hill is pretty interesting. So one of the changes in the remake is you can't sell flower items anymore. So we end up using all of our flower items, like the flower tabs, jars, and boxes and stuff. In the original SNES run, they sold a bunch of those, and then they had to make up a lot of the flower points they were missing here on Booster Hill. So now we don't care nearly as much about flower points, so I'm really just kind of hoping to get at least like 8. Which shouldn't be a problem, as long as I don't biff too badly here. Off to a good start. That was kind of fun. Nice little combo there. Oop. Get red barrels here soon, too. Oh, I thought for sure I was going to get one there. Okay, a little unlucky here now. I'm on 7. That should be 8, so I think I'm good now. Oh, red. I think I got 10. Yeah, 10's good. 10 is perfectly fine. And we're in Marrymore. Nice, got that first try. That one is fairly difficult, I would say. That should be the easy one, and I just messed it up. Oh well. Win some, you lose some. The Wedding Gear Collection minigame is much easier in the remake for whatever reason. Mainly just because the sniffets don't, like, jump around so much. Oh, and then I ran right past that one. Boy, they're kind of proving me wrong now. That wasn't too bad. Pretty sure I'm gonna get a Peach Kiss still. There's an outside chance I got the Bowser Kiss. We'll see. Wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Oh, we got the Peach Kiss. All right. And now it's time for cake. The most amazing cake. This is not the turn order I should have gotten here, so I'm just... It should be fine, but... Should still be good for this part. The cake is moving! Okay, yeah, we're good. Alright, so that's phase 1. We'll move on to phase 2. I'll drop a red essence on Mario. We'll just kind of chill for a little bit. And I was not prepared for that, but that's okay. As long as Gino doesn't die here. Purposely not doing the timed hits here. Doing a lot of stuff I can't block, which is really annoying. I didn't really get the turn order I wanted here, unfortunately. I don't know if you know this. Cakes are weak to getting jumped on. Little known cake fact. Concentrate. You definitely did not just see that cake move. Oh, I talked a little bit earlier about how Mario and Mallow, we basically just take SP all the time. For the rest of the characters, we basically, for Geno, we took 1 HP, and then we're just going to take attack every time. Bowser, we're going to take attack every time until he is not really used anymore, and then we'll just do HP. And for Peach, we always just take HP, because all Peach is ever going to do is heal in this run. Quick stop in here to get the cricket pie. Should have done this like 45 minutes ago, but we just kind of didn't. Bringing the princess back. This is an extremely long cutscene. The reaction to Bowser being there is actually pretty great. I do enjoy that. They broke Bowser's brain. Alright, so Peach is leaving, Peach is staying, Peach is... What's Peach is up to? Mallow's like, look! No, Peach, don't do it. You have so much to live for. He's fine. Alright, so we're headed to Tadpole Pond. We're actually going to spend all those frog coins we've been collecting now. And then we will head to Star Hill. First, we have to go cheer up Frog Dad. Bring him his snack. Get that, which we won't use, and then talk about the Star Hill. Then we're going to map warp back to the beginning because it's faster, and we'll go shopping. We're going to buy 3 of you, 2 of you, 1 of you. Oh, not that. Marrymore. All right, running up Star Hill. Sometimes it just does not want to register your touch. And it's like you want to keep moving. But it's just kind of annoying. Use you. I have a very weird split. I think I split too early. This will look much better. All right, Mario Malogino, unequip the slap glove, warp. All right, some pretty exciting stuff coming up here. So we're going to buy a bunch of stuff. We're going to sell all those. We're going to sell that. And we're going to sell both of these. And then we are going to buy 1 ice bomb, 5 fire bombs, and 3 fright bombs. Okay, now we're off to this area, which is, this is the hardest XP star in the game by far, so here we go. No problem, got it. First try. And having a little bit of trouble with that one, so that makes me feel good. Alright, now we're off into the sunken ship. I'm going to save some time, because I had to, in my PB, I had to redo that star a couple times, if I recall. I disagree with that. Alright, we do get those coins because there is a... I'm actually going to buy a upgrade for Bowser's weapon right here. This merchant. Alright, 4-2... There we go. We're going to do a little bit of turn order shenanigans here. Fire bombs are good. And freebie, nice. Some free fire bombs are going to definitely help later on. Nice. Yeah, we're basically setting this up so that Mario gets the first turn here on Calamari and can just do Fireball. Okay, since I freebied, I'm going to just do this again. Love to see the dancing on the level up screens too. All right. So now we are getting ready for the big fight with Johnny. A little bit of stuff I have to do first. There's a Coca-Cola in this room that I need for safety. Come on. Come on. You. I'm also going to grab the safety ring item and then deal with this room, which is just... This room is awful. This room is just a nightmare. I got out of the room with one encounter. I always am fine with that, so... Just the water physics and avoiding enemies is not a good combination, because they move at normal speed and I move at like half speed. Alright, so we're going to do 2 fights here with the Bandana Reds. We're going to use Mallow for these fights. And then it is off to the Johnny fight. Okay, swap Mallow and Bowser, equip the safety ring. We're gonna do a quick autosave just in case I screw up. And now we gotta do the Johnny fight. Sleepy Bomb, attack, jump. Defend, bring in Mallow, Fright Bomb. Alright, and then Super Jump. Alright, that should be good. Got him. Perfect. First try. I think 32 is the threshold, but I usually like to do a couple more just to be safe. Ooh. So that is really hard to do for me, and I've gotten a different visual cue for it now. But because of the jump shoes, Mario is spinning and not consistently hitting Johnny in the same spot. So I had to learn like a completely different visual cue just to be able to do the new route. And I'm really glad that I figured it out. It still feels a little uncomfortable, but I'm really glad that that went well. So. Alright, so after this, we're going to swap Bowser and Mallow, and then head back to Seaside Town to take on Spirit-of-Itch. I never would have guessed you were a villain. Ride's late. Don't you hate when that happens? All right, so we're going to use some of those items to get through this fight. And then we'll kind of see how the rest of everything goes. A lot of those frog coin items we're going to use right now. Starting with a party energizer. Then attack, and then a party bracer. Attack, heal, potentially. Not really getting a lot of freebies, which is just unfortunate. Okay, I did get hit there. I need to heal here just in case he water blasts again, because otherwise Mario will not survive. Okay, he did. So attack, and then this is why I have that safety Coca-Cola. Mirage attack. We know which one it is because it's the one my cursor immediately goes to, and that should be the fight. Yeah, I'm having really, really bad luck with my freebies, other than, I guess, the fire bombs in that one fight, or in the calamari fight. So we'll see if that picks up at all. It would be nice to get a few more freebies. But we're going to do a little more shopping, and then it's off to Land's End. We're going to get a couple of upgrades there, and then we're going to go talk to Mushroom Boy. And this is not going to make any sense, but this is going to be, this is going to save a fight later on. We don't know why it works that way, it just does. All right, Land's End. Excuse you. Oh, that was a bad jump. Okay. That might cost me a fight. Ah, that was just bad. Okay. Lose a little time here. Oh, whew, I was a little nervous there. Okay. Normally, I like to try my luck on this one. There's a cool movement tech you can do, but after that, I'm just going to play it safe. Alright, so no specials here. I'm gonna go ahead and use this strat because I feel like I'm a couple jumps short on Mario, so I'm just gonna give him a couple extra jumps here. You also get a couple pick-me-ups usually once you get to this part of, or once you get to this fight, so that is also kind of helpful, just for safety later on. I like to grab one earlier just to be safe, but now we kind of have a few more. If you get some freebies, you can do freebie stuff there. But oh, that was the wrong one. I wasn't trying to touch that one. That was weird. Kind of just sucked me into the wrong whirlpool. Right. Little time lost there. It's okay. We're gonna do this XP star. Might have been able to get that last one, actually. All right, now I get to try this skip. So we'll see if I can get how quickly I can get this. Very precise. All right, second try is very good. We'll take that. That skips having to get the coins and spend the coins and all that stuff. Nice, got that. Whoop, got that first try. I get to do the balloon fight. All right, Fright Bomb, bring in Mallow. That is unfortunate. That is also unfortunate. Okay. We get to head to Monstro Town, get our rewards for our 30 super jumps. How do you do it? Then we get to talk to Monster Mama. Another long cutscene here. Operation Get Mustache Over the Cliff. Okay, now we're going to use the exit trampoline. Excuse you. All right, getting over the cliff here. Let's go. For some reason, I feel like the physics of this minigame are a little bit weird the first time. We'll see how it goes. Should be good. Yeah, 1008. Nice. Got my Troopa medal. All right, we want Bowser. We want Bowser in the party. That bee had it in for me. We're going to use our other party energizer here. Hey, we finally got a freebie. La-di-da. It's recycled water. Another freebie there, that's good. Alright, now we just attack with... We send with the team. Nice. I know, I'll run away. I definitely hit that block. Where did you come from? I must have veered into him on accident. That jump is really tricky. I'm glad I got that first try. All right, and we have arrived in Nimbusland, aka Cloud City. Hey, look, it's Mallow. Buying some gloves. We got another cutscene, actually 2 cutscenes with the statue stuff here. And then it'll be time to play the statue minigame, which we'll also be failing on purpose. Because we don't need the feather in this route. And it is slightly faster to fight Dodo. Rah, 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 rah. You can't be in here. That's a weird looking statue. Still cutscenes. I thought his name was Mallow. It's actually Dodo. That's so weird. Polish my statues to a fine luster. Trying to get through that as quickly as possible. All right, incoming! Fireball attack, swap attack. All right. So the other reason that we do that fight, other than not needing the flower, is it skips a whole cutscene when you get into this room, which is just nice to not have to deal with. Ah, it ate my input. First special enemy. That took a while. Okay. If I get special enemies, I just need to, like, reset the fight. Can use a couple firebombs here. This is a little faster. Wow, I cannot believe I got out of that room without a fight. The only thing that matters is I need to save one firebomb for Dodo later on. All right. That should hatch the egg, and then we're just gonna jump with Mario 3 times. Hi, Birdo. Oh man, that's really hard to time. Did I mention that's really hard to time? That one is much easier to block. That's fine. I always do. Oh, that's a special. Hold on. I always do this fight just to get a couple XP and get this guy out of the way. Can use the firebomb strats here, which is a little faster. And I freebied that too. Nice. That'll help for later. All right, cutscene here, and then we'll get the Valentina fight going. Splat. That's fine. Ideally, I technically missed a bird there, but it's fine. Alright, now I just need to make sure Bowser is the character in the center spot, and then go back to Nibis Land. We're gonna confront Valentina and do another boss fight. So Bowser automatically has an attack boost, so we're just going to let him do a firebomb. And it's going to do enough damage just to one-shot Dodo here. And then I'll have to do some regular fighting against Valentina with the rest of the party. Hopefully it'll go smoothly. She can be a little bit rude. Start with a Geno boost here. That gets Bowser back in the fight, which should let me get a heal off, which will be nice. Yeah, she is just really hitting with all of the unblockable stuff this fight. Alright, that is the end of the fight. That went pretty smoothly, all things considered. And wouldn't you know it, it's time for another cutscene. I'm gonna stand up for just a second while this cutscene's going on, because I need to stand up for a second. All right, always good to get a little stretch break. I love how he wants everybody's autograph except Gino's. It's just very perfect. All right, we're off to the volcano. Always hop in the hot springs for good luck. That is a me thing. All right, in we go. Another just like really fun platforming area. You just feel good when stuff goes well. I think I was technically short one enemy there, but it's fine. You go on the lower edge there, you can just avoid everything. Hitting a couple flowers as I go as well. That is a really hard skip to do. Not a big deal. This one you cannot avoid. And this is going to be a total mess once he's out of the way here. Cannot live without the body. Got a fright bomb, okay. Oh, this is going to be fun. How am I even going to get out of this room? Can I get out of this room? Guess I'll find out. I've never had this happen before. Okay, good. I was like, is it going to let me out? I'm actually not sure. There we go. Talk to Toad Fieri here. All right, all my flower items. Party good. Gino gets the Troopa medal. And Mallow gets the zoom. Okay, this room is interesting. I'll see if I can do it correctly. Oh, let's go. First try. So if you do like 2 walking steps and then start running and hit all your jumps, you just get through the room. It's really cool. So I'm glad that that worked out. Okay, I'm gonna use my party energizer on this fight. That is not there. Fright bomb. All right. I have an extra party energizer. I'm just gonna use that here. Oh, that's very unfortunate. He will sometimes counter, which is very annoying. Alright, and then I just need to remember Bowser gets the Troop of Metal back before the Axum Rangers fight. Alright, that went really smoothly. I lost some time on that fight in my PB. Okay. As you can see. That went pretty much perfectly. I'm not sure if it's better to use that Energizer there. I feel like it is, but, I mean... if you get freebies, you gotta figure out some spot to use them. I felt like that was perfectly good. Axum Rangers fight. This fight does turn into a little bit of a cluster. But I think we'll be good. My star. All right, so there, I bought an ice bomb way back in Seaside Town, and it's for this fight. In this fight, it might look kind of bad, but I got it under control, so don't y'all worry about it. Swap to Mallow, Clown Car Barrage. Takes out green and pink. And then Ice Bomb. Freebied that, nice. That takes out those two, and now we have to do one attack from you, and then you're weak to jump. Okay, Breaker's coming. So Bowser's going to defend. Mallow swap to Geno, and Geno boost Mario. Breaker Beam. Alright, and we're fine. Don't worry about it. Bring Mallow in. We're going to use Shocker. Has to recharge. That's more than enough time to finish it off here. There we go. Some good splits there. I struggled in the second half of the run in my PB, so I really hope I can shave some more time off here and get like a sub 240. That would be fantastic. But still got a little bit to do here, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm very happy with this run so far. All right, back to Nimbus Land with me. Need to get on the bus. Get on the bus. I need to hop on this guy's head. Thank you for your service, that guy's head. All right, quick cutscene here, and then we'll go get on the bus. Mallow, the time has come for you to take the bus. Very important. To signal the bus, you have to say ooh woo. Ooh woo, ooh woo, ooh woo. Ooh woo. Ooh woo. And then they let you on. Also, this bus driver has the best mustache. All right, so I'm gonna have to do 4 Bowser doors. I want the 2 quiz doors and the 2 like platforming doors. So hopefully, I won't get any battle doors. But it seems kind of unavoidable. We'll see how it goes. First, I have to get through these rooms. Pick that one a little carefully. Been giving me trouble lately for some reason. I was a little late on that jump, darn it. Really quick here, just so I don't forget later, I'm gonna swap those 2. All right, and let's start doing the doors. Oh, Quizmaster, my mortal enemy. All right, here we go. Okay, that went well. There's just a couple quiz questions that I do not like. And thankfully he did not ask the ones I don't like. That is 14 barrels. I always am very careful with these inputs because I've gotten my inputs eaten before and accidentally given the wrong answer. This one is 46 because, fun fact, you only have to count the barrels on top. Now we wait. Waits patiently. All right, and then we've got the triathlon quiz. That is second, so 2, 1. That's unfortunate. 2, 1, 4, 3. All right, got it. Fortunately, got a battle door. Okay, so don't go in door 4. Other puzzle door here. Okay. $17, 14, 12, 11, 7, 6. I win. Now I got magic buttons and ball solitaire. I did not do that in the optimal manner, but it's fine. Thank you. Excuse you. All right, now I just need to find the 2 platforming doors, and we are out of here. There's one of them. Now, there's an extra Coca-Cola up here that I do like to get for safety, so I'm just going to go grab this really quick. Rock candy right there. All right, now this room is a little tedious. There's not a great way to speed it up. We're fine. I do need a couple safety items in here, so I'm just gonna get... This is the main one right here. There's a royal syrup. And then there's another Coca-Cola by the door. That item to the below me is a firebomb, which I am not going to get because I actually have one, so I'm good. I got a freebie on my Birdo, or my Dodo one, I believe. And then that's the other Coca-Cola right there. All right, one more. Now this room has a cool trick if I can get it right. Yeah, so if you fall off that one, it actually pushes you forward. And you can just get on this one right away. And this is the Donkey Kong room. I got very lucky there. Not need the super slap, so we are done. That went really smoothly. Right into the Wizakoopa fight. Attacking with the boys here. Nice. All right, and that is the last fight for Bowser. We're gonna swap to Mallow here, and Mallow's gonna basically take us home. You get what you pay for. All right, Mallow gets the Sonic Symbols and the Troopa Medal, and then Peach gets the Zoom Shoes. Ah, bad luck. We'll take that. That was pretty good. Other than the one squish. And now we got Boomer. Okay, Boomer. This fight used to be really awkward on the Switch 1 because the frame rate would drop. And we want to use like Shocker and stuff like that on this fight. So it is much better on the Switch 2. Ah, it was just a little... Okay, that's on me. I need to pick him up. Man. There we go. I don't think this will finish him off, but... Alright, so now he switches to blue mode, which is attack. Oh, you just start punching him instead. Okay, there we go. Could have been better, could have been worse. We'll take it. If you do everything perfectly and don't lose chain, he doesn't even get to his blue phase here. Now we get to dance our way up to the roof. All right, XOR. Just gonna do the Geno Whirl glitch still works, so we're gonna do that. Got it, first try, nice. The timing is just a little goofy on that one, so I don't always get it. I'm very glad that I did, though. All right, now we're in Weapon World, which is the last major platforming area. And then it's just a boss rush to the end, so here we go. Platforming is just, these are really tight platforming sections, so I am mainly just going to focus here. Ah, darn it. Yep. There we go. Now we got our fight with Countdown. Hawk is very weak to rock candy. Should be immune. Oh my gosh, I thought I had that. Let's see here. No, I need to get him up. Alright, we're kind of in scramble mode right now. We'll make it work. I do have some extra items also. There we go. Oof. Okay, now we gotta bring Peach in. Guess I'm glad I'm getting the, like, incredibly awkward fight out of my system here. Oh. Okay, we got through it. That fight was rough. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have done that. All right. Like, I hit the jump button and I was like, that jump is a bad idea. That being said, I do like to try to be more aggressive in these areas because it's like, if you play too conservative, it's just like, you end up losing a lot of time to that. Here we go. Oh, I almost made that jump. You can run away from the boss enemies there. Oh, I forgot to split after countdown. Oh well. All right. All right, and now we get to fight the Sneck. Jump, shocker boost, jump, attack. I'll probably double shocker, though. Oh my gosh, no way. I disagree. Alright, still got out of there on schedule, so that's good. But my my Star Riders is not going to do as much damage. But that's okay. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. Alright, that's fine. I meant to just skip it because I knew Gino was gonna do enough damage. Oh, hello. Alright, anyway. Jump, Thunderbolt, attack. Perfect. Alright, now Mallow is going to be an obnoxious little twerp. Get into all sorts of trouble. My child. My adorable fluffy cloud child. Please do not touch anything. Alright, got myself a rock candy. On to the next boss. Jump, Thunderbolt, attack. Rinse, repeat. Nice. Alright, now we're going to use those other sleepy bombs that I got a while back. Only used one of them so far on the Johnny fight. I'm going to use them on the next two fights now. There we go. I guess I could have just attacked there, but... Alright, Gun-Yolk fight. It's going to look very similar, except we're going to use Snowy instead. You know, Snowy. One more round here should do it. Very nice. All right, on to the Smithy fight. Final fight. Looking good here. First phase is basically scripted. Second phase, hopefully will go smoothly. I just have to go back and fix that countdown split after this, but that's all. No biggie. Jump, rock, candy, boost. Jump, defend, group hug. And then start laying rock candy. Watch for freebies here. No freebie. Always sledge. End with Mallow here. Bring in Peach and heal. A very good outcome there. I do have an extra ice bomb also. There's a freebie. This should do it for phase one, and I freebied it, so I have another one. Okay. Basically, if I get a free Geno attack, I can just do that instead, because it'll do more damage. It should open up on Peach, and then we can just get Geno in to do Star Riders, too. Nice freebie. All right, let's go. I thought I blocked that. I guess not. That is unfortunate. There we go. Oh, that should have been a rock candy. That's okay. Oh, he also switched very early. Now I'm a little nervous. Oh, he went back to tank. Perfect. I have one more round, and then I will need to heal my MP. Rock candy now. Yep, perfect. Coca-Cola here. Almost there. Almost got that other Star Riders also. Oh, he went tank head again. Okay. That's it. Okay, that is it. We're just waiting on time now. Time will be on Gino's last line. All right. Well, this was a great run. Couple mistakes. There's always going to be a couple mistakes in a Super Mario RPG run. The perfect PB, type flawless run is very hard to do. For a marathon submission, I'm super happy with this, and this obviously is a PB for me also. So pretty happy with this run, and yeah, I just love showing this game off. It is such a cool speed run, and I love this new route as well. I think it is. I think it's a really fun way to play the game. So. All right, time is coming up. Thank you, everyone, and time. Woo! All right. Very good run, like I said. Super happy with that one. We'll get this one on the boards. We'll get this one into some marathon submissions, and we'll see what happens.